Now, I know Australia has like some quite unique ecology and stuff like that. The Great Barrier Reef, like, is something I really, really want to see. But apparently, there's 50 things that can only happen in Australia. Like, I'm trying to think, what could they be? I mean, I'm trying to think what other things are unique to Australia, but I can't think of any. What could they be?
Okay, it's pop quiz time. Which country has the longest fence in the world? How about the second largest Greek population? 3 times more sheep than people? Okay, one word will give it away. Kangaroos! Yeah,
Wow.
I'm talking about the land down under.
So Australia has the second largest Greek population. Unreal.
So, what do you know about Australia? So, let's start with the name. Australia comes from the Latin word Australis, which means southern. Way back in the 2nd century, there were legends of a mysterious Terra Australis Incognita, or unknown southern land. Well, now it's very known, so let's get to know more about it. Despite the stereotypes of hot, sunny weather year-round, the Australian Alps, which are the highest mountain range in the country, get more snow than the Swiss Alps do.
No way.
Better grab your skis.
What?
The world's longest national highway is in Australia. It stretches for over 9,000 miles.
Oh my God.
For comparison, the Earth's diameter is about 7,900 miles. It's actually a network of highways that connects all capitals of the mainland states.
I was going to say, there's no way that the circumference, or what's the word, diameter of Australia is 9,000 miles.
Now, I'm sure you've heard of the Great Wall of China, but what about the Great Fence of Australia? Okay, that's not what it's called, but still, the Dingo Fence in southeast Australia stretches for nearly 3,500 miles. For comparison, it would easily cover the entire span of the U.S., from Los Angeles to Houghton, Maine. Now, it might not be so
What's
surprising
it for? What's the dingo fence for?
to know that Australia is huge. It's about the same size as the continental U.S., about 2,500 miles wide. The distance from the west to east coast is further than Barcelona to Moscow.
Wow.
In all, Australia is the world's 6th largest country and the only one that's also a whole continent. But with all that territory, over 80% of Australians live within 60 miles of the coast.
Wow.
This makes the country one of the most coastal-dwelling populations in the world.
Why is that, though? Is there no way to sort of make the interior of Australia more habitable? Or is it just literally way too... Because I think it's the heat, right? Is that why people don't live more internally?
And that means a whole lot of beaches. In fact, they have so many that if you decided to visit a new beach every day, it would take you almost 30 years to see them all.
You're joking.
The biggest property in Australia is about 40,000 square miles in area.
What?
South Korea could fit into it with room to spare.
What property is that?
The country's termites are busy building huge properties as well. Their mounds are the tallest animal-made structures on this planet. Before humans arrived, the continent was home to megafauna. If you lived there about 46,000 years ago, you'd be dead today.
What?
But you would have seen 10-foot-tall kangaroos, 23-foot-long goanna lizards, and ducks the size of an adult horse.
You're joking.
Quack, quack. The largest living structure on the planet.
Dude, the idea of a 10-foot-tall kangaroo is actually frightening. That is like nightmare fuel. Imagine one that was really jacked as well, really muscly.
Planet is the Australian Great Barrier Reef. By the way, it has its own mailbox, and there's a rumor that the fish there use eel mail. Yeah. Neither kangaroos nor emus can walk backward, that's a fact, and that's why they're painted on the Australian coat of arms. Keep moving forward. The platypus, an egg-laying mammal that lives only in Australia, is one of the rare venomous mammals on this planet. Luckily, while the venom has an excruciatingly painful effect on people, it's not lethal. The takeaway? Don't fuss with a platypus. By the way,
they're so cute though, platypuses. Like the kind of beaver tail thing they've got going on.
When the first platypus was brought to England, people there were sure that it was a joke. The English believed that Australians had sewn a duck's bill onto a rat's body to play a trick on them. Yeah, right up until he bit them. Not laughing now, are you? Swimming in the surf during the day had been illegal in Australia up until 1902. But after one guy calmly entered the waves of Manly Beach one afternoon that year, surf bathing became increasingly popular. The largest Greek
I'm guessing it was illegal because of the dangers. Like people were just like, was there a high fatality rate in that?
population outside of Greece itself is in Australia. Actually, to be more precise, in Melbourne. More than 160,000 people who live there say they come from Greek descent. Melbourne was the richest city in the world in 1880. These days, Tokyo, Japan holds this title. And until 2018, Melbourne had been rated as the most livable city in the world for 7 years in a row. But then, it was bumped down to second place, after Vienna, Austria.
What's the climate like in Melbourne? Like, I've heard a few people say that it's kind of like London, but is it, really, like how cold does it get in the winter?
Come on, Melbourne, get back in the game. One of Melbourne's founders was John Batman. Yep, that was his real name. And get this, the city was temporarily called Batmania. Too bad they decided to change it to Robinville.
Oh, for God's sake. For God's
In
sake.
2018, Australia ranked third after Norway and Switzerland on the Human Development Index. This index is based on education, life expectancy, and citizens' income. Basically, they got a good thing going down under there.
Although I've heard the cost of living now is really, really high. Is that true? Or is it kind of the same sort of level since before COVID?
In 2005, security guards at the Parliament House in Canberra were prohibited from calling people mate.
Why?
But the ban only lasted for a day, mate. G'day.
Why were
If you're
they banned
ever
from
in
calling
Western
mate?
Australia, you can visit one of their many super salty pink lakes. They get the bubblegum hue from a certain type of algae and bacteria, and they're totally safe to swim in. Just be careful what you chew.
Are they really this pink? That is crazy if so.
Oh, and be sure to take a selfie while you're swimming in what looks like a giant pool of Pepto-Bismol. You can thank Australia for coming up with the word selfie in the first place.
No way.
There are about 74 million sheep to 25 million people in Australia, which makes an impressive ratio of 3 to 1. Only China and India have more than that. Oh, and the kangaroo thing is totally true. There are twice as many kangaroos as there are people there. That's 50 to 25 million.
What? There's that many kangaroos? They must be concentrated in like areas where people don't live. Because surely if there's 2 kangaroos to every person, every neighborhood would be like just heaving with kangaroos, wouldn't they?
Speaking of which, when a baby kangaroo is born, it's only half an inch long. It's also hairless and totally pink.
Wow.
Kind of looks like a gummy bear. What else is there in Australia? Oh, that's right, koalas. And to top that, there are 10 times more camels than koalas.
What?
Australia is the source of a lot of the Middle East's camels.
No way.
Now, in Western Australia, it's against the law to be in possession of more than 110 pounds of potatoes. Well, every country has its obscure, bizarre laws.
I mean, that's not enforced, is it? Because what about all the chip companies, the companies that make fries and stuff?
The architect of the world-famous Sydney Opera House got the idea of this unique construction while munching on an orange. If you combine all the sails of the building's roof, you'll get a perfect sphere.
Oh, wow.
The most ancient fossils in the world were found in Australia. They were no less than 3.4 billion years old.
That's insane.
Even older than my leftovers in the fridge. There are so many different species in this country that only 25% of them have been discovered so far.
What?
Of the animals discovered to be native to Australia, none have hooves.
Oh, so there's no horses that are native to Australia? Wow.
Burger King miraculously turns into Hungry Jack's as soon as you land in Australia. It's the Aussie franchise of the famous fast food chain. Australia is a unique continent that doesn't house any active volcanoes. It's also the flattest continent on our planet. But it's got plenty of mountains, and one of them is called Mount Disappointment. It's just 2,600 feet tall, and naturally, explorers William Hovell and Hamilton Hume expected to see a great view from the top. However, after climbing the mountain, they discovered that there were too many trees growing on top and blocking the view completely.
Gutted. I can see why it's called Mount Disappointment. Imagine spending all that time climbing it only to not see anything but trees. Oh.
Guess how the men felt? Australia has tons of unique flora and fauna species that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Among those are a staggering 1,500 spider species. Spider species, yeah. On the bright side, and we are, while some of them are fatally poisonous, most are completely harmless. But how do I tell them apart? Oh, the poisonous ones wear signs. Got it.
These dad jokes are diabolical. They're diabolical.
It's also where you'll find 21 of the world's top 25 most venomous snakes.
Wow.
More than 90% of Australia is covered with some kind of vegetation. Since 1988, Australia has had a national floral emblem, and it's the golden wattle. When this plant blooms, it gets covered with the country's national colors, green and gold. Australia is a multinational country.
Green and gold. Aren't those the national colours of South Africa as well? Like when Australia plays South Africa at the rugby, I wonder if there's like a colour clash.
With more than 200 different languages and dialects spoken there. The most popular non-English languages are Mandarin, Greek, Arabic, Vietnamese, and Cantonese. There are 19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Australia, including 12 natural sites, 3 cultural sites, and 4 mixed sites. The difference between Australia's total length and its width is only 200 miles.
Wow.
Hey, do you have an 8-hour working day? You can thank Australian stonemasons for that. In 1865, they demanded to make 8-hour shifts the standard.
Honestly, this is why people who are like workers, employees, who are anti-union, I just don't get it. Like, the reason why you've worked an 8-hour day or have paid time off is because of unions. Like, all the things that you enjoy as an employee are mostly down to the unions, union action. It's like...
And it spread throughout the world from there. With 8 people per square mile, Australia has an extremely low population density. For comparison, there are about 93 people per square mile in the U.S. The national Australian airline, Qantas, uses recycled cooking oil to power its interstate flights.
Oh, wow.
So, have I missed any cool facts about Australia? Let me know down in the comments.
Great video. I'm still shocked at the 2 kangaroos to every person stat because, like, I just don't understand where they all are. Like, yeah, I've not been. I suppose when I come to Australia, I'll probably see a lot more kangaroos than I've seen on, you know, the shows and video clips that I've seen filmed in Australia. But 2 to 1, so there's 50 million kangaroos in Australia. Like, where are they all kept? Like, do they all live maybe in the uninhabitable part of Australia? I know the guy said that most Australians, I think 80% live in the coast areas, so maybe they all live in the middle. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and check out the video I'm going to link right here. See you there.